Hello, welcome. Today's video is very important for the all KVS aspirants who are appearing for the last stage of KVS selection, and that is the interview. Today we have invited Mr. Tanmoy Mandal, who is currently working as TGT English in Manipur. So in this video, you will get to learn about his interview experiences. He will be sharing his interview experiences in today's video with us. And because he is currently in Manipur, so we have arranged one web meet with him. So we want to thank Mr. Tanmoy Mandal for this. He has got the time from his busy schedule for us. So let us start. So welcome Tanmoy. We are really very grateful and thankful to you that you have joined us today sitting in Manipur. So basically today the purpose of this video and the purpose of communicating with you is that so that you can share your interview experiences with our audience. You know that already KVS has conducted the tier 2 exam and the aspirants, they are waiting for the interview. The last step is only left. So in this video, actually in this discussion, will be I'll be asking some questions to you, and I hope that the audience will like the video. And if there's any doubt or any query, so the audience, it's a request to you that you can also put in the comment box. So let us start. So Tanmoy, again, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
So how are you feeling today coming here? I mean, joining here, not coming here because you are not here physically, but virtually we have joined. So how are you feeling?
It's a very nice moment for me because through you I come in contact with the audience also, and I want to inform you about the interviews that I have faced during my KV exam, KV after my KV written exam. So I want to share whatever I have faced. I'll be sharing with you. Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much for giving me this opportunity to be here with you. Thank
Yes,
you.
really, very privileged. Now, first tell us about your journey, that how you started, how you had the dream. You had the dream to be a teacher, right? And then you cracked the exam and you appeared for the interview. And the interview was also, you cracked easily. What was the strategy?
I think to clear KV exam, this not so difficult a one, but this is the thing that this you need to go through a lot of practice. Okay, and
So
second thing is that
how did
when
you have any practice actually?
practice in the sense that when you come in touch with this regularly, then I think that you can easily make yourself clear in the exams. And the most important thing that I need to tell you is that when I was taking preparation for KV exam, I did not take any coaching.
Okay.
But you know that I've already qualified UGC NET and West Bengal SET exam.
Very good.
It was, it makes you feel prepared for it. Okay. So this is a good thing for us, for me also, because in 2021 I qualified UGC NET and 2022 in West Bengal SET also. So
Okay.
I've already in preparation. Okay. So I did not take a good preparation for only KV exam. The main thing is that
So you had
I
a
was in
very multi
practice.
approach.
Yes, multi approach. And this is a good moment for me because just after clearing all these things, I got I applied for KV exam in 2023, and I think 2022 December. And after that, I appeared in the interview for
Yes.
in May 2020 in 2023.
Okay. So in the same year, in 2023, you joined the KVS and with
Yes,
much sense of pride in you because
yes,
you already cleared UGC NET and other exams also. So you were in the practice already. And
yes,
that practice took you to this platform of KVS, Kendra Vidyalaya Sangathan. So
yes.
on the day, I think your interview was held in Mumbai, I think.
IIT Bombay,
Yes.
Mumbai.
So on that day of the interview, so how were you feeling?
On that day of interview I was quite nervous, but before this interview before that interview, uh, I had already given a lot of interviews. So
Okay.
my my
You had much
nervousness was,
expertise already.
yes, I was expert, but the thing is that on that interview panel, it makes you feel nervous at that moment.
Okay.
Okay, but because this is a permanent government job, so
Hmm.
that's why it's very common thing. Okay,
So
and
before
after that,
joining here, did you work anywhere before
yes, I
joining
was
Kendra
working in
Vidyalaya?
DAV. I was working in DAV Asansol.
Okay, so you had also the working experience also in DAV, and then you came here. I hope that academic background and the working, the professionalism that also helped you here, right?
Yes,
So on the day of the interview, you said that people feel nervous, right? So you also felt nervous. Did you feel nervous?
yes, I felt nervous
So how did you overcome that nervousness?
on
What
that
will be your
day, on that
suggestion for
particular
our
day.
audience that they can
Yes.
overcome their nervousness?
Okay, I want to tell your audience that nervousness is very common, but the thing is that when we are called for the interview, and you are feeling nervous, take a deep breath and keep remembering that this is a very common thing that everyone is facing.
Hmm.
Everyone is facing. It's a very common thing. If someone tells you that I'm not feeling nervous, then you know that this is a lie.
Okay.
So don't trust this. But the thing is, the nervousness is very common. So how can you overcome? Take a deep breath and at that moment, and keep this thing in mind that you have to face it at anyhow.
Okay.
Okay, and when you face multiple times, you understand that this is a very common thing. Okay, and you have to go through this because every candidate will be going through this.
Now, if any candidate, he or she has not appeared for interview previously, right? And this is the first time, as you said that you had the interview experience already. So it was very easy for you to tackle, to overcome. But if someone is a very new candidate there,
Hmm.
okay, who has zero experience in interview, then how
Hmm.
will he or she tackle that? Take a deep breath, I understood that. But what are the qualities that should be there in the candidate?
Is What I need to tell them is that they need to keep one thing in mind, that whatever the questions will be asked to you, you just give the answer. If you don't know the answer, this is a very common thing that you know that you don't know the answer. Okay, if
Yes.
you know whatever you know,
Yes,
then
100% one
just
cannot
tackle
tell the
them in a
answer.
very positive way. Yes, nobody can give the 100% answers. Okay, I think that those who are ranking the first position, despite taking, getting the first position, they
Hmm.
can, they could not give a proper answer. This is a very common thing. But what you need to keep in mind that you have to, that you have to answer whatever you know. Okay, so you have to tackle all the answers, whatever you know, in a very positive way.
So currently you are working as a trained graduate teacher in English. So your specification is subject is English. So then
Yes,
when you went to the interview, how many members were there?
I think that there were six panel members were there.
Six panel members, and how many were subject experts? As per, I mean, what do you think? I mean, it cannot
I
be
think
told in
there.
that way. I understand that, but how many
Yes.
subject experts were there?
Yes, through the interview, I understand that I think that there were two subject experts and one psychologist was there, and other members I can't tell you, but what I can remember, I just informed you.
Okay, that means two or three subject experts will be there who will
Yes.
ask the questions. Okay.
Hmm.
Now we come to the questions. Okay, the types of questions and the quality of questions also that are asked to the candidates. So first of
Hmm.
all, when you entered,
Hmm.
I hope that they asked for an introduction from you.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is your suggestion, or how did you start your introduction, or according to you, what things or the points should be included in the introduction?
Okay. They want to, when you are giving any introduction, then first of all, for example, I told them that my name is Tanmoy Mandal.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm working in sorry, at that moment I was going through the tuition, so I told them that
So
I'm
you already
giving
left DAV
tuition.
at that time.
Yes.
Okay. So, as it is very normal that when you enter the interview panel, the first question that the panelist or the panel members they ask for the candidate, that is the introduction, that they give introduction. So, where did you also face that kind of thing? Did you also give an introduction?
Yes, I've given them an introduction, and your introduction should be like this. First of all, you must tell about yourself and your name, and then what you are doing now, your graduation. If you have any post graduation, then tell about post graduation.
Okay.
And after that, if you have any extra qualification that can make them feel interesting, and also try to give them some some points through them through which you can make themselves come to your own own way on your
Okay.
own path, okay, so that you can tackle the interview on your own way
So
completely.
basically, your suggestion for the aspirants is that you should keep some hook in the interview, some interesting ideas in the
Definitely,
interview,
exactly.
so that the interview panel members they come in your way, but they come to your way. You are not going to their way, but you are bringing them to your way. That is very clever idea. Okay,
Hmm.
thank you. And now, the introduction is complete. And after, I hope that they already started asking you different subject questions, questions from your subjects. As you
Subject.
already said that you are a postgraduate, so
Yes.
the questions were limited to graduation, or did they ask you also from post graduation?
Yes, they asked me from post graduation also, because post graduation literature portion they might be asking you question, just like I
Okay.
got the question from those questions English
Mm.
literature.
Okay. That
And
means
also from
although
grammar section, I was asked from the subject verb agreement and also narration change. They asked me.
okay. So did they ask you any concept that elaborate this assertive sentence or interrogative sentence in this way, or did they ask you to write on the board?
No, actually, they told me what do you mean by first question was that what do you mean by subject verb agreement? And when I asked the definition about this, and then told me the example and try to elaborate on the board. Then I went to on the board. Then I elaborate the points that how I can teach my students. They
Hmm.
want to see all these things. Okay,
Okay.
that whatever I know, if that thing is beneficial for the KV students or wherever I just teach my students.
Okay. So then that means your communication, how you're communicating to your to the panel members. So you did you treat them as your students?
Uh, yes, they first of all I asked them that would I take you as my student in just like in
Okay. So that
classroom
can
I
be
do.
taken
So
as a
yes,
request. Okay.
yes. Then they told me that it's okay. Yes, sir, definitely. So we are we all are your students.
Okay. Now, as you said that from grammar portions you were asked subject verb agreement and narration change.
Hmm.
Now, as you have to teach here narration change, of course, subject verb agreement, all these grammar topics in the class when you become a teacher. And except that, you have to teach the uh, chapters which are in the NCERT books. So, did they give you any option to discuss to elaborate the NCERT chapters?
They told me whatever you think that you can tell in a very expertise way, then just
Okay.
explain, elaborate the
So, did
chapter.
they
Then
taste your
I
subject knowledge? Subject knowledge means NCERT knowledge that you have to teach here
yes,
when you become a teacher in KVS. Did
yes,
they
they
taste it?
tasted it.
Okay, they also
Yes,
taste it. So they can ask questions from the books, right? That
yes,
means this
yes,
is a suggestion for the candidates, for the aspirants, that you should also prepare the textbooks. The not only
yes.
grammar portions, not only literature that you have studied in graduation or post graduation. Along with that, you
Hmm.
have also to study the NCERT books. That means you must be familiar with
NCERT
that,
books.
right?
Yes, because the NCERT books have already been given in the for the KV exams, written exams.
Hmm.
So that's why they
Okay.
can easily ask questions
So
from that.
written. So as you already told about the written exam. So how much important do you think that written exam for the
Yes,
selection,
I
the
think
final selection?
written. Yeah, I think written exam score is very important because it can give you the highest, highest score for the final, for the interview call also. And
Hmm.
after the interview call, the interview marks and your exam marks will be counted together, will
Okay.
be added together.
So this time only 15% weightage is there in the interview
Yes, I have
and
85% in written exam.
85% in the written exam. So this 15% is also very important for the final selection. Right.
Definitely so.
And when you were talking, when you were communicating with the panel members, so what is your language of communication?
Language of communication should be English.
Okay, that should be in English exclusively. And because you know that in KVS also Hindi is taught. So that means you do not suggest that the candidates speak in Hindi. No.
Yes. But the thing is that for an English teacher, this is very important to speak in English.
Okay. So the teachers who are going to be who are going to teach English, so they must speak in English in the interview panel. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Now, as you already mentioned that about that they asked about NCERT. So, except NCERT, did they also ask you about NCF or the educational policy?
Yes, they asked questions from the National Education Policy and also from NCF, National
Okay.
Curriculum Framework.
So that means the candidates must be familiar with all these educational policies or the changes that are coming, right?
Yes, definitely. They should go through this because from there, that whatever, because nowadays what is happening, NEP and NCA both are implemented in KV. So they want the candidates like that those who know about these NCF and NEP also.
So they must be familiar with all the educational frameworks, okay, that are implemented and that will be implemented in the future also.
Definitely, definitely.
Now, when it comes to your demo teaching, that is very important part also.
Yes.
So the about the demo teaching. So what was the topic that was given to you, or did you select the topic, or they gave the topic to you?
They told me that whatever the topic you feel interested, you just go and just teach your students, and you can treat us as your own students.
Okay.
And I took on one poem that is from class 9, that is the Lake Isle of Innisfree, and that is written by W.B. Yeats. And that poem, I suppose that room as my classroom, and in that moment, I was uh, I was explaining just like I'm just showing them it is a realistic view. Okay, I took example from the reality of whatever I see in Bombay, and I just explained in that way so that the students or the panelists can relate themselves with the poem also.
Okay, that is very interesting that you went to Mumbai and you took the city Mumbai as your example, as your evidence for the for the poem.
Exactly, exactly.
Right. Okay. That means it is a realistic approach and an experiential approach also that must be implemented in your classroom teaching. So that is very interesting topic. Tanmoy, you shared with us. Thank you. Now, demo teaching. For how long the demo teaching was going on?
That demo teaching was going on for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, yes.
5 minutes. And while the demo teaching was going on and you were teaching before them, so did they interrupt you in the middle or did they ask you any question?
Yes, they asked me questions as they are students. Okay, just like the students are asking questions if they are feeling interested. So they were asking me questions.
Okay, so they actually, you told them that they are your students, so they started treating themselves as your students, right?
Definitely, definitely.
Okay, okay. Okay, so demo teaching was complete. Then after that, you again took your seat, I hope.
Yeah.
Then again, the interview continued, and in which way the interview now moved?
They after the demo teaching, they told me to sit there, and I after taking the seat, they looked through. They have gone through. They went through the my that. Biodata, and after that they asked me question that you qualified NET. Then they asked me some questions from whatever the questions are being asked in UGC NET. So they asked me some questions from that was completely unexpected for me because I did not take any preparation from that portion. But after that I gave some answers. Okay, and then I feel that they are satisfied, and that is a good thing for me. And after that they asked me from grammar section and also from the NCERT text.
Okay. So that means after the demo also they can ask you questions and you have to sit there. And the biodata that you mentioned here is very important because the candidates who will fill the biodata there, going there, they must fill it very accurately and all the positive things they must include in the biodata.
Yes.
So that they can tackle the situation, right? Because they will ask, they will see the biodata, they do not know the candidate. Yes. I hope. They only know the biodata.
Thing is that, and another thing is that they are going through the portions that which are not important for the KV also. Okay. So what are important for the KV and what are not important for the KV, they are looking for it also.
Okay. So now, thinking of today's time, when the candidates after clearing their tier two exam, when they will go for the interview, so which topics they should focus on this time? Because that time, the exam paper or the structure of the exam was based on NCERT, and this time it has completely changed. So which topics should the candidates focus on this time when they are going to the interview?
What I need to give them the suggestion is that they must go through the demo teaching first, and second thing is that they must go through the literature portion, and third thing is that they must go through the NCF, NEP, NCERT textbooks. They must go through this because KV is for the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan is for them. Those uh, for the candidates who can give them the best possible ways, okay, for the students. So this is a very good thing, and they must. I think that the interview candidates must be looking for it. Okay, the demo teaching, and the second thing is that whatever I've just told right now.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Now, NCRT, NCF, these are the basic things that the candidates must focus on. And along with that, do you think that the knowledge of the institution about KVS, it is important that they can ask any question from KVS? I mean, about KVS? I mean, how
They
much do
did
you
not
know
ask
about
me.
KVS? Did you face this question? How much do you know about KVS?
They did not ask me any question from the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan or related to it. But what I have heard from the interview, from the from that place, is that many candidates were asked this kind of question: that what do you know about Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan? Okay.
Okay.
So then I can realize that this is also important. But they did not ask me because they get a lot of questions. They already got a lot of.
Okay.
Have
But you
already got a
already
lot of
already
questions from me.
prepared for this. That if they
Yes.
ask anything about KVS, I'm ready to answer.
Yes.
Okay, so your suggestion is that the candidates must also focus on the overall knowledge, the information that is
Overall
available
knowledge.
on the website about KVS, and they must know about it because they are going
They must
to
know.
get a job in KVS. Okay,
Yes.
now in the interview panel, the body language is very important
Yes.
because body language ultimately it implicates your confidence, the candidate's confidence.
Yes.
So, what will be a suggestion for the candidates, the aspirants about the body language?
This is a very important thing. This is a very good question because body language, when you are speaking, your that your hands movement and other things, everything matters. They're looking at it, whether you are feeling nervous or whether would you be
Because there is
attending
already a
lecture without any
psychologist.
distractions. Yes, there is a psychologist, so that psychology is noticing at you, that every moment is noticing at you, that whether when you will be teaching in a class where the strength of the students will be 50, 40, 50, okay, whatever is there, but they are looking at your the way you are giving the raising your hand, you are saying something, everything they are noticing at you. Every moment they are noticing at you.
So body language should be that the candidate, if the candidate makes a mistake, then generally or naturally the candidates become nervous.
Yes.
But he has to keep the confidence and the honesty also, I hope. What will be your suggestion here?
I think that mistake is very common. Every person is doing mistake. Every moment we are doing mistakes. But
Yes.
the thing is that mistake should not be repeated. That should
Okay.
not be repeated. And second thing is that they
You mean the
just look at
approach? You
you
mean
that
the approach to the mistakes?
yes,
Their approach to
even
the
accepting
mistakes.
that yes, I have gone through the mistake, so I'm sorry for it. Okay, you must be feeling sorry. Okay, but don't repeat it. This is
Okay. And what will be your advice for the dressing sense? What kind of dressing sense for the candidates should go with there?
this would be very simple. The just black pant and white shirt, that is very common, and it should be the and full sleeves will be there in your shirt. That there will be that there must be full sleeves so that it must be looking very
Formal.
formal.
Okay.
The
That
formal
means
dress
in your
is
knowledge also you should look like a teacher, and in your appearance also you should look like a teacher.
yes,
Both matters there.
both
Okay.
matters there.
Both matter there. And then now we have almost come to the final stages of our discussion. Now, based on your interview experiences, what will be your suggestion for the candidates make mistakes there? So, what common mistakes the candidates should avoid, or they should already work on that before they go to the interview panel? What common mistakes should the candidates work on that they are not repeated there? Like mistakes are not repeated in the interview panel.
The most common mistake is that if you know the answer, then you just tell the answer. If you don't know, then say no. Okay, or otherwise you can say that I cannot remember properly. Okay, it's very good thing, but your honesty is the most important thing. Okay, and other than this, mistake is very common, but your honesty is the most important thing.
Honesty is the most important thing. That means you must be honest. The candidate must be honest there. And while if he cannot answer, if or she cannot answer, then he must accept. The
Yes,
candidate must accept it.
if they want to interrupt you, they can generally interrupt you. Okay.
Mm.
But if you think that I need to give all the answers and you are not doing that, then don't feel nervous for that. But this is very common thing. Okay. But honesty must be there. Okay.
Mm.
They are looking, there is a psychology, there's that psychology expert is there. So that, and he or she is looking at your behavior and everything. If you are telling any kind of lie, or if you are not, if you are not accepting anything, then I think that that person can understand it properly. Okay.
Yes, because they are experts in that field.
Yes, they're very.
Okay. So based on our discussions, we have understood that everything matters in the interview. Okay, Tanmay sir. Now, as you went there from your village Bakura, from your village in Bakura, and you straight went there to Mumbai. So now, did they ask you anything related to your place and the place you visited for the interview?
Yes, they have asked me a question that from where, first of all, they asked me that where did you come from? And I said that I'm from Bankura. And after that, they told me, they asked me one question, that is what are the changes that you have noticed from when you have gone through this journey from Bangalore to Mumbai. So, and then I gave them the answer that that is this is the biggest and the busiest city in India, and I've never seen such kind of local train and other things, whatever I've noticed during my journey. So I've explained them in front of them.
Okay, that means your observation skill is very good, and they also noticed it.
Yes.
And your advice, I hope that it will be that the observation skill of the candidates would be also very fine, right?
I think the psychologist who was sitting there, she was asking me question, because she want to see the observation skill of the person, and also want to see that if a candidate is in the classroom, if that person is noticing each and every person. Okay, so from that purpose, I can understand that this kind of question is very important in the interview panel.
Okay. Thank you. Now we have almost come to the end of our discussion. And at the end, I'll request you to give your final tip, your final suggestion to the candidates, the aspirants who are going for the interview.
My final suggestion is for the candidates who will be appearing for the interview is that they must be very honest in the interview panel. Second thing is that they must prepare themselves for the main subject, because from the main subject they'll be asking questions. And third thing is that their demo teaching is very important, because because how you are approaching your point of view and your knowledge and how you are presenting it, that is very important. And fourth thing is that they must have some knowledge regarding NCF, NCRT, and other things also. And I hope that if you are taking preparation for this, then I think that you can easily clear this exam. This is not as that as tough as we think about it. But if you are going through the process, if you are going through the practice properly, I think that you can easily crack the exam.
Thank you. It matters a lot for us and for the audience also. Now we end our discussion here. Thank you so much, Tanmoy ji, for joining us today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, sir.